All right, so today the topic that we are discussing is the offense and defensive line techniques and the numbering system that is utilized to, tell your guys where they're lined up. And this can be used on both sides of the ball. Before I dive into it, it's just reassuring to have somebody to the status of Jason Kelce talking about how for him as an NFL player even that the numbering system that was used that most people are familiar with just makes no sense. And in my years of coaching, the best success you have is simplifying things, making it easy for your players to understand so that, they don't have to think on the field and it comes a lot easier. That's just my take on it. So here we go. So we're going to go through this. I'm going to talk to you about how I taught it. And so that way there's some sort of pattern and reasoning behind it to make it easy for your guys to understand. And I feel like this method that you're seeing here just worked best for me. It may not work best for you. You may hate it, but it's yours to use as needed. So anytime we're talking about a head-up technique, okay, so head-up would be, right across from the person. Those are going to be your even numbers. So if we look over here on the right-hand side, we start at the center with the 0 technique. To the guard, we go 2. Head up to the tackle is a 4. Head up to the tight end is a 6. If we were to bump and add an additional tight end over here, even if he was offset, kind of in like your wing or flex position, and we would go head up to that, I'm going to call it an 8. So those are your even numbers are your head up techniques. When we're going outside eye or outside shade of the offensive lineman, these are your odd numbers. And that's going to try to help simplify this part once we get out to the edge here. So outside eye or outside shade. We're going to start with the center. You have your 1 technique. Then we go outside shade or outside eye of the guard. You have a 3. Outside shade, outside eye of the tackle is a 5. And then outside of the tight end is a 7. Depending on how tight you teach your techniques would determine whether you tell them the eye or the shoulder. Some may even use the outside number as a reference point. I particularly like the eye just because I liked tighter alignment when I coached defensive line so the guys could strike their landmarks. And then that's where the discrepancy comes in. Most of you have been taught the outside shoulder of the tight end is going to be a 9. I don't like it because it jumps a number and it's not uniform in its logic to me. And again, we want to keep it simple and have logic behind it when teaching. From there, we're going to the inside technique of those offensive linemen. And this is essentially just adding the letter I to the number of the head-up technique. And then for this, it could be the inside eye, inside shoulder, inside number of the offensive lineman. And so inside shoulder of the guard, we're going 2-eye. Inside shoulder of the tackle, 4-eye. And then inside shoulder of the tight end is a 6-eye. Okay, you've probably been taught that that's a 7. For me, it doesn't make any sense because everything else that we've talked about has been a eye technique. And so this is my philosophy. This is how I coached it. Use it if you want. Hate it if you want. But there it is. Have a great day.